Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about which is better for filmmaking, the Onewheel Pint or the Boosted Mini X. So I bought my Boosted Mini X so I could get around campus, but also so I could get some cool shots with my Ronin S. My fellow filmmaker Nick Talrico happens to have a Onewheel Pint and a lot of experience getting dolly shots with his Ronin S on that, so we thought we'd compare the two to see which is better. So here's the quick specs. Both of them are about $1,000. The Boosted Mini X goes 20 miles an hour and the Onewheel Pint goes 16 miles an hour. And both of them are incredibly heavy, like really heavy, insanely heavy. The Boosted Mini X you have to carry by its front truck. And as for the Onewheel, they do make a handle for it, a metal one, but that's an additional $70 you have to pay, which seems kind of silly for a handle. Like they should just come with a metal handle, because they come with a plastic handle, but that breaks super easy and Nick has already broken his and you have to get the metal handle. The Boosted has an advantage in both top speed and acceleration versus the Onewheel Pint, because the Boosted has motors that power belts that drive the rear wheels versus the Onewheel, which has a hub motor. The disadvantage to the Boosted's motor system is that it is very loud, like surprisingly loud, especially combined with its hard wheels, versus the Onewheel, which has a hub motor, so it's a lot quieter, and I'd say that's a pretty big advantage for the Onewheel. The Boosted also requires you to hold a remote, which is kind of nice because it's less of a learning curve to get used to, but it also means that you have to hold a remote, which when you're holding a gimbal is not very easy. It's a lot more difficult than just, using your feet and the pads that they have on the Onewheel Pint. There is definitely more of a learning curve on the Onewheel Pint than there is the Boosted. Like I said, I hadn't rid a longboard before and I got used to it, didn't have any problem with it. I can go 20 miles an hour on smooth pavement and usually don't have any problem with it. I've tried out the Onewheel Pint and it takes a little bit more to get used to it for sure, but overall it's still better. The turning on the Onewheel is also ridiculously better than the Boosted board. The Boosted board is very difficult to turn. It's a very stiff board. The Onewheel, though, is much more maneuverable, much easier to just go around little tight areas and stuff, and definitely easier if you're trying to get some kind of turning shot like that. Because both of these boards are pretty fast, they're electric, you can ride them a lot of places, you can get really cool dolly shots with just your gimbal. I use a Ronin S. Here you can see me getting some shots of my friend's WRX while I'm on my Boosted board. I'll be honest, it's a little difficult getting your framing right, your speed right, and getting your movement that you want to pull off right, as well as, of course, nailing the focus. I also did some shots with my friend on her roller skates, and with a human subject, it can be a little more difficult than a car or something that's going a more stable speed, but with practice and a few takes, you can get some really neat shots. In the end, both boards are pretty expensive, but if you look at it as also a filmmaking tool and not just a way to get around or have fun, it's kind of a 2-for-1. Nick has a lot of experience in both Boosted boards and Onewheels, and he spent his money on the Onewheel. And after doing this review, I'm pretty sure I'm going to sell my Boosted board and buy a Onewheel. The Onewheel is a lot quieter and smoother and doesn't require a remote that you have to hold on to, so you can focus more on holding your gimbal and doing the move that you want smoother. So it's just a better tool for filmmaking. The Boosted is a nice board. I like it. I've had fun. It's worked with, me for a long time, and I've spent, hundreds of miles on it, and I've commuted with it around campus. But the Onewheel, I think, is just a better buy for your money, especially if you're going to be filmmaking with it. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button.